Today we are going to do a reinforced rear ruck with a candy cane chest belt, and my 2-year-old here is going to help us out. So I'm going to start using a size 4. This can be done with a shorter wrap as well. If you have a really short wrap, like a size 2, you can even tie up the shoulder instead of doing the candy cane chest belt. So it's very versatile for a short wrap. My base is a long 5 and this is a long 4. So this is my base minus 1. So you can see how long of tails that I have left. I'm also using a 2-year-old, so that'll take up more wrap as well. And you can gauge it from there. Okay, so I start off center. So first you find your middle marker, and then you're going to go off center, the typical length, 18 inches, 2 feet or so. Just kind of, sometimes you can measure from the middle of your back to the middle of your chest. But in general, that's about off center there. Okay, so I take this off center point, I'll place that on my kid's back and get him on my back. Ready, bud? Okay, and I like to Superman him. Here we go. All right, then I pin the rails in between my teeth. Do you want your arms out or in? Out. In. One arm out, one arm in. You got it. Okay, so I start with pinning the rails between my teeth, and then I'm going to make a seat. You can see I do that with a big kid. Pretty much the same way I do it with a baby. And then we gather up all the slack. Then I'll show you what to do with those tails next. Gather it up on one end. Let's get that arm out today. Alright, get all the slack out. And I'm going to put that between my knees and gather. I'll open this in. Now I do the same thing where I put my hand underneath my kids' legs while I'm gathering at the slack, just to help them be more secure. But with bigger kids, they usually don't wiggle quite as much, especially if they're used to wrapping. Okay, don't wiggle, don't wiggle. Alright, so now you have a short tail and a long tail. So I'm going to work with my long tail and just keep the short tail pinned. And I take the top rail, so that's the rail closest to my neck, and this is going to continue to be my top rail, so it's actually going to do a little flip. So right now you see the black side out, and when we do the rest of the carry, you will see the white side out. So I take that top rail, and I'm going to give that to my other hand, and then shimmy it up on his back. Whoops. Try again. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. You're so big. I can kind of use my elbow. Sometimes I try to get up high.
The clock turned red.
The clock turned red? What does the clock say?
Ticky-duck, ticky-duck.
Ticky-duck, ticky-duck. Oi, oi, oi. All right. So then we just gather the rest of this up. And that's going to go under your armpit. So I just try to make sure that this section here still goes underneath his bottom nicely, almost creating a second seat there. And then you have your 2 tails. If you have a shorter wrap, you can go ahead and finish off with a half knot right here. Even if you have tails the length that I have, I still do a half knot before I start my candy cane chest belt. That just keeps it secure, and you can do a little bounce and tighten to keep them nice and high. And see how high up he is on my shoulder. Now this makes for a really comfortable ruck, and it's also fun because he can see everything that we're doing. And his weight is higher, and in a ruck that just feels better. It's more on my upper body instead of pulling down on my back or pulling back on my shoulders. Okay, so I have my half knot here, and then I'm going to go ahead and make my candy cane chest belt, which I just do a few twists, maybe 3 or 4, until I like the length that it is. And then I like to do a knotless finish. So I take my chest belt here, and I go over my strap and back through. So you can see what I'm doing here. Whoops. And then I have this side here that I do the exact same thing with. I go over the outside strap, and then I go back under, and I don't have to have any knots. So there you have it. There's a reinforced rear ruck with a candy cane chest belt. Thank you. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye. You got the gummy worm.